don't get behind. Now you
snuck out?
Slipped out the door because you didn't want to disappoint her?
I don't know. I mean, she went to the back room. I looked at my watch. I said, I better get going because I've got a massage appointment. And I didn't want to be like, tell your coworker I'm leaving, but I'll be back at some point eventually because this is where I buy my glasses.
So instead, you just boosted her confidence by slipping out when she wasn't looking. You know, imagine how many people just walk out on her.
That shouldn't boost her confidence.
No, it was the opposite. I was being
Okay.
sarcastic. She's going to come back out and be like, lost another client.
Well, I mean, honestly, her suggested glasses weren't that great. Yeah. I wasn't very happy with those options that she gave me.
Yeah, maybe she comes back though with the perfect pair of glasses.
And earlier in the search, at one point, I put on a pair of glasses, was looking in the mirror, going like, "Oh, these aren't bad. This is kind of what I want, I guess. It's not quite there though." And she just sort of like poked her head in from around the corner and said, "Oh, those look really good." Then my cynical side came out, and I took them off and looked at the price. I was like, of course they look really good. These are $300 frames. And then like the next pair I put on, I'm go, that's $120, and they also look almost as good. It's a scam. I don't know what's going on.
People know, a gray strip down the arm of it.
It's a $300. It's a $200 gray strip. Yeah, anyway.
But nobody wants a gray strip.
That's right.
So your fancy day out. Now you went for a massage by a fancy lady who gave you a nice massage?
No. I had a small Asian man.
Okay.
It wasn't a decision. I know some people are very picky about who will massage them. When I went for my reservation, I booked it. The woman at the desk said, do you have a preference, a man or a woman? I said, whoever's available at that time. I'm just, at that time, I'm going to come in and get a massage. Whoever can do it. And I got a man. I never had a massage from a man before. So I was maybe a little uneasy. I had flashbacks of George Costanza getting massage from a man and going, it moved. Jerry, it moved. That was not the case. And I was pretty happy to have a man because he... to have a man massage me doesn't make it better.
Any better.
And
so, it makes it so much worse.
Because he was able to go real hard.
Now you're just trying.
Because I had some real bad knots in my back, and right off the bat he said, how do you like it? Do you like it medium or soft or hard? I said, go hard. And even if I'm making little groans, if I'm just keep going hard and push through it, because in the end I'll appreciate the result. And
I'm sorry.
And I had some real bad knots in my back. He got them out.
I'm sure he got them out. Yeah.
And he was working them. He was working them, just going at it with his hands, with oils, and it worked out. I'll be honest. Today I'm pretty sore though. And to me, I think that's the sign of a good massage. They really he really worked those muscles so hard that I'm sore today, and I'm in like a recovery mode tomorrow and go feel fantastic. My back's go feel great because you really got to work it back and forth to get those knots out of the muscles.
Yeah,
right between my shoulder blades was where my issue was. And
how little of an Asian man was this guy?
Sorry?
He was a little Asian guy, you said?
Well, he wasn't big, and I didn't really get much of a look at him, honestly, because I was face down for like 2/3 of it. And partway through, he whispered in my ear that it was time to switch sides, to roll over, and he put a warm cloth over my eyes so that I could.
You couldn't identify.
So I couldn't, if there's a lineup later, I couldn't finger the guy who did it. I was a little disappointed at the end. I was thinking about this morning. I woke up in my bed feeling like, I do feel better. He did work out some of those muscles. And I thought to myself,
you leaned over and told him he need another massage.
And I was thinking, he really did like everywhere, but he didn't do my chest muscles, which I found strange. He really worked arms, legs, fingers, even like my belly area, like the abdomen area, which I found weird. I've never had that during a massage.
No, this seemed kind of strange.
And I had just eaten lunch, so I felt like that was like not an ideal time to be rubbing my belly. But yeah, on the whole, it was a pretty good massage. I left him a good tip, and he did a good job. He even used a warm towel at the end to wipe me down.
Understand.
Because he uses oils. He's rubbing oils all over me.
Yeah.
And I have to go back out in the world. I don't want to be an oily man walking around in the world.
So he cleans you off.
He washes, he wipes it all, he wipes you down. Even gave me a bit of a head massage, which was nice.
That was just extra.
Except that when I left the place, my hair looked like I'd just had sex.
Oh. Wow. That's not why wouldn't you just ask for a woman to give you a massage? Why would you let them say anyone's fine? Because then you get the little guy who comes out who never gets to massage anybody because everyone's always so specific. But then you come in and you're like, anybody's like, no, it's me.
Well, I mean, maybe women want a man to massage them or vice versa. I guess I don't know. But I also figured he might be stronger and might be able to really work out those knots in my back.
Okay. Maybe, but I'm picturing a really short guy. I'm picturing 4 feet.
No, he wasn't that small.
I'm picturing him like walking on you and stuff, like really.
No, that would have been good though. I was even thinking about that while I was starting. I felt like this is not hard enough.
Yeah.
And then he really got into it, and he was going at it pretty hard. Once he got the oil out, he was going hard.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you had a fancy day.
Yeah, it was good. I left the massage. I felt good. I went and had a beer at the pub and read the paper. Wandered home and played some video games. Played some Mario.
Nice. Now this was.
I did a nice glass of scotch.
That sounds pretty fancy.
Yeah.
I'm thinking. I got something. It's not something I've done yet, but something I would like to do in the future. Feels make me feel like royalty.
Is this Matthew's fancy day?
It's Matthew's planned fancy day.
Okay.
It would involve me going to Ottawa.
Okay.
There are a few things I would love to do in Ottawa. One of which is eat at Tucker's Marketplace on my birthday.
All right.
Buffet. Nothing that fancy about it, but
generally a buffet is really not fancy.
Yeah. Now this one has like a tree growing on the inside of it.
That may just be poor maintenance.
It's good. Well, whatever. I haven't been there. I don't even know if it still exists. But
okay.
Tucker's Marketplace for a lunch.
Okay.
Medieval times for supper.
It's not fancy again.
Okay, when I'm saying fancy though, I'm talking more like royalty. Now Tucker's Marketplace doesn't necessarily play into this.
Well, I feel like a king would have as much food as he desired.
That's true. And then you go to medieval times. You're a king there.
Yeah.
Now in between, to really get me prepped for this medieval times gig, I've recently got 2 gift certificates equaling $120 for the Ottawa Rickshaw Company or something of the like.
Are they actually rickshaws? Like I'm thinking, is that the connecting tissue here between my massage and this? A small Asian man, small Asian man pulling you around.
Well, I guess that's one of the connecting tissues. I thought the main one would be the fanciness of it. And
okay,
it's
fair
not
enough.
That fancy, but royal.
It's true. It's true.
Depending on how I go about it, but this. At first, I thought when I opened up this little package, and I was like, "Oh, okay, like rickshaw, Ottawa rickshaw. Is this like some sort of Dave and Buster's?"
So
or something?
how did you win this contest? By the way,
a few years ago, I had written like a 5-minute Jurassic Park sequel.
Oh yes. This is we'll include the link with this episode. Yeah, I guess we'll put in the description. It was an animated video that Matthew wrote that was basically the Jurassic Park 4 sequel that we should have had instead of Jurassic World.
Yeah. It was something that I'd wanted to write. Well, it was something that was kind of floating around for a while. And I was like, they're not going to make another Jurassic Park 4, but Jurassic Park 4, but if they did, this is what it should be. And then they came out with Jurassic World,
Yeah.
where you started seeing the rumblings of it, and I was like, well, now I better speak of this because Jurassic World is going to kind of make this
Obsolete.
obsolete.
In a way,
I
yeah.
need to get this in between the two.
And yeah, you got it out, months, if not a year before?
Yeah, I'd say at
Jurassic
least a
World
year
came out.
before.
All right. So you get a package in the mail, $120 of rickshaw pulling.
Yeah. Now there were other prizes. I'm not sure what they were because I wrote this. Two other people from Ottawa, the names of Grant and McGill. They are the ones.
Shout out.
Yeah. They animated it and kind of put it all together and put it out there. And they entered into some film festival. I forget the name of it, but they ended up winning the prize for most creative.
No, very cool.
And they got some prizes. I'm not sure. They were all really Ottawa based. And even the prize that I was given is very Ottawa central,
in Ottawa,
but it's probably the one
These are all prizes that you can't use outside of Ottawa, where you don't live.
Exactly. But
can I just interject here with
Do
a
it.
curious question? In the video, it's presented as if the story was written by an 8-year-old.
yes,
You're not an 8-year-old.
I'm not.
Do you think they awarded this prize to the writer of this piece, thinking, "Wow, what a creative 8-year-old"?
Ooh, I never thought of that. It kind of cheapens it a bit for me.
Maybe not. Maybe they know better.
Maybe.
I'm assuming they don't, though.
Hmm.
Moving on.
That's true. It is narrated and by an 8-year-old. The names are different. Don't take this away from me. Anyway,
Okay.
I've got
Yeah.
now.
If they took the time to look at the credits
Yeah.
and award you an award, they probably know better. Okay, moving on.
And you're not getting an 8-year-old riding on a rickshaw, right?
Why not?
Maybe.
Probably. That's probably why they did it, because they're like, "Oh, it's gonna be an easy ride. I'm gonna tugging a little kid around,
They're gonna get me. I'm gonna be an adult riding a rickshaw. I don't know what
fresh off of buffet."
fresh. Yeah, it's gonna be rough on them. And I didn't even know what a rickshaw was at first. I thought it was like a Dave and Buster's type deal. Like, is this like a Palladium of some sort? And then they explained it to me. And he's like, well, no, this is a ridiculous tour where you're being pulled around by somebody.
That sounds great.
And I'm like, wow. And like, how much is $120 going to get me? That seems like decent amount of
I feel like it should get you an hour, at least.
Yeah. But I could be pretty fancy. I imagine I want to stand up. I want to wave. I want to throw fruits at people.
Yeah. Well, it's not a parade. Why are you throwing fruit? That's like a poor performance in the 1800s.
That's true. I don't know. I have a lot of violence in me. I gotta
Get some
it out.
what? Wait, you're standing in a rickshaw with a top hat and a cane, passing by the plebeians, just throwing oranges at them, whipping bananas like boomerangs, and they whip them in the head and swing back to you.
Yeah, I guess I don't. I guess I'm mixing things up here with.
I feel like you're mixing the words fancy and cruel.
Now, could I have a whip at least?
Oh, okay, for the rickshaw driver.
Yeah.
No, you don't need the whip. You just give him another coupon.
I want to yell things out. I want to be like, yeah.
Yeah, you could probably do that. I'm sure he gets shit like that all the time.
Just make his job a little
just
worse.
even more demeaning.
Yeah. Oh well.
Just get a fishing pole and put a carrot at the end, or I don't know what do Asians like. Get them an egg roll. I don't know.
What do Asians like?
Sushi.
They like you, apparently.
Oh,
but that's stereotyping. Not all Asians like Sebastian.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't imagine he would be an Asian gentleman. I feel like I couldn't let any ethnicity carry me around. It would have to be a
He's
white.
not carrying you.
No,
He's
not carrying
pulling
me,
you.
but it would have to be a white guy. It would have to be someone of, 'cause how bad would you feel if you're if you give the money in, you're doing it, and then it's an Asian guy.
I feel like it's more
black
authentic
guy.
if I get an Asian guy. Because they do rickshaws.
Well, I don't know what I would do exactly, but I feel like if it was someone of a different race than myself, I may offer to pull them around for a bit. You keep it.
You get an extra coupon?
I don't know. I have 2 coupons. We could do this together.
I mean, perhaps. I feel
could
like
have
this is a
chariot
thing you
races.
should do with your girlfriend. You should go on like a nice Ottawa date.
Yeah, but don't you think a nice chariot race between the two of us? We could have whip each other.
Absolutely. I would love that.
Yeah. So,
Go get some sort of Ottawa special burger.
Oh yeah. All right, so we'll put this. We'll put a tab in this. Put a pin in
Or
it.
here's an idea:
Yeah.
we make our way to Ottawa. We get